How's it going, everybody? Crazy here. I'm back again with another reaction, and it's been a very, very long time since I've heard or seen anything from King Diamond. And King Diamond ended up coming out with a new music video, Masquerade of Madness. And when I saw this on my feed, man, was I overjoyed. Because, like, I've been a fan of King Diamond's work since two songs from his solo album, Them, were put on the Clerks 2 soundtrack back in 2012. The first two songs after the intro to the album, Them, Welcome Home, and The Invisible Guests, were put somewhere in Clerks 2, which I thought was very awesome. Very good way to introduce Jay and Silent Bob in that movie. Now, if you don't know who King Diamond is actually the lead singer of the band Mercyful Fate. They came out circa 1983 alongside Metallica, Megadeth, and unlike Metallica and Megadeth, who do speed metal, King Diamond kind of focused more on the black metal side of things, where it was like creepy themes and corpse paint and shit like that. His look has actually changed so much over the last 40 fucking years. And it's interesting. You know, if you're a fan of Metallica, Garage Inc. was the all covers album, and the song Mercyful Fate is the first 5 songs off of the debut album of Mercyful Fate. King Diamond ended up doing some solo work, which I found a lot more interesting than Mercyful Fate, because these were concept albums. Them, Conspiracy, and Abigail being the best 3 of the concept albums I feel that King Diamond has done. I do lean more towards Them and Conspiracy because of the story behind it. But that's neither here nor there. Check those out on your own. If you have not listened to King Diamond before, you'll be impressed. Consider this, I guess, a little treat, a teaser, if you will, with your experience now with King Diamond, if you don't know who the fuck King Diamond is. If you do know who King Diamond is, you know what to expect. So, alright, with that being said, here is the music video, Masquerade of Madness. Already off to a good start. And there he is. There's the man, King fucking Diamond. Yes. Now, now just listening to that music alone, I'm going to explain something real fucking quick. The black metal that you might know, if you don't know who King Diamond is, the black metal that you know, which would be like Bathory or fucking Dimmu Borgir or bands like that, they mostly focus on, like, the glorification of Satan and shit like that, and they have a very unique sound with black metal. A lot of double bass pedal and shit like that. King Diamond is old school, so it definitely feels like old school rock and roll shit, but listening to the lyrics, though, scares the shit out of you. And King Diamond really hasn't changed his tune in the last 40 years. So, and this I thought was cool. Just like a chick in a fucking white room with bodies painted on the walls wearing an iron mask. She's clearly insane. And you can tell because this shot is black and white and grainy, and I see a fucking a bed frame in there that's all steel pipe. Yeah, she's clearly in a mental asylum. But yeah, this was definitely old school rock and roll. But black metal tended to be more along the scarier themes. Yes, classic King. That's classic fucking King. Oh, it just sends chills up my fucking spine. Because I think I might die. I love that microphone that it's got. It's two fucking femurs in the form of a cross, and then he's got the microphone sitting on top of it. That's another classic thing with King Diamond. I love that. Look at that fucker. Yes, fucking, and then and with King's face paint on the Them and Conspiracy double release. There's like he had his face painted where it wasn't like it black and white. He actually had it painted to look like there was a huge gash in his fucking forehead and blood coming down with the black paint smeared down his cheeks. Now, on other times he's looked like this. There have been other times where he has also had like the upside down, the inverted crosses, like three of them on each side of his face, like three on each cheek. And, and people have actually asked about whether or not, like, you know, he's a Satan worshiper or anything like that. And I think he's I think he's a nihilist, but just like the imagery, like that he portrays is supposed to be like the thing that's supposed to be scary. I mean, look at him. He looks like the puppet master. Like with that fucking hat, the coat, the face paint, the fucking rings, that microphone stand. Like he is meant to look scary. Like this was his look. And it's been his look for like I think the last 20 or so years. It's fantastic. Now also taking a look at the background, the backdrop, like this is a huge fucking stage set. And they designed this motherfucker. There was money put into this fucking video. And it looks fantastic. It looks like an abandoned insane asylum. Perfect for fucking King Diamond. They got the fucking mist billowing out of the fucking window and shit. Yes. And I love this. You know what's interesting is like how old King Diamond is and how long he's been doing this shit and everything. And he has not missed a step. He has not missed a beat. He continues to do the shit that he's doing. And listening to his voice, it has not changed in the last 40 fucking years. Meanwhile, the last time I listened to Paul McCartney sing Baby I'm Amazed, it did not sound all that great. But I don't know what his deal is. He might have not had time to practice or something like that. I don't know. But King, on the other hand, like, he is a god amongst men. And she's like, what is she doing? Like, so she's like playing with spiders and then twisting the heads off of them. How do you do that? You know. See, there's an inverted cross right there. So they have a female doing the background vocals, and I think she's the one that's doing the low tones. Because King Diamond can sing that falsetto. He has such range. And if you notice when you're watching King, like, or actually not when you're watching him, when you're listening to King, he has that high falsetto voice, and then he'll come down to here and shit. You know, he'll have a little bit of gravel in his voice and stuff. When you listen to some of his earlier works, such as Them and Conspiracy, I'm always going to go back to those. Those are my two favorite out of the three that I mentioned, Abigail being number 3. He has a voice that is meant for his character, his sister's character, his mother, his grandma, the demons in the house of Amen, and whoever else might be in those two albums, Them and Conspiracy. And each one has a different sound. So that really helps out with the storytelling as well. All right, I think I'm going to be King Diamond for Halloween next year. All right, here comes the solo. Ooh. Is that like a little girl? Or is it just a really short woman? I think it's a really short woman. Stay put. He made the sound effect to open the door. That's awesome. Yeah, just push her in. So he's opening the door again. Yeah, just put your boot on her ass and push her in. Yep, that's exactly what King's doing. Yes. All right, here we go. Outro. Ooh. Yeah. Wow. Like, I can focus in on the bass work, too. The bass work sounds dope. Yes. That's actually a pretty good way to end that, too. Like, the way that that ended really reminded me of how they ended the song Evil when they recreated Evil for Guitar Hero. It it was pretty fucking dope because it just ends kind of abruptly, and that's a kind of a cool way to end that song. The music video in and of itself, I loved the stage most of all. King Diamond at his best, he's still fucking kicking, and I love that shit. Um, it's exactly what I expected it to be when it concerned a King Diamond song. Still very old school, very 80s. Um, you know, you could tell with that feel. It's just fantastic. King has not missed a fucking step, and I love that. Please do not ever change or evolve into try to sounding more modern because that would just be terrible in my opinion. But I'm getting up out of here. Thank you guys for watching this with me. If you want to watch this on your own without all the stop go and jargon, link is going to be in the description below. Like and share this video. If you haven't done it already, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Check out my merch store. And if you're feeling generous, shoot me a super thanks. I'd really appreciate it. Not required, but I'd really appreciate it. With that being said, I'm Kreyz. That was my reaction. Thank you guys for being here. I'm out of here. Deuces.